The Sabbath day is regulated by the signs of the lights in heaven. As you can see in Genesis 1:14, the Creator gave us the lights. He gave us the sun, which is the greater light to rule the day, and He gave us the moon, which is the lesser light to rule the night. And He also made the stars. These are the lights that He gave us to know when the Sabbaths are. The sun regulates days. It does give us the time and period of that day that we are in. The moon gives us months and the days of the month that we are in. When you look at the sun, you cannot determine what day you are in. For the rotation of the sun does not give us that detail. But the moon gives us that detail. Hence, the new moon begins a new month. I say new month because we are using English language. Ancient people did not know the concept of a month. Even in our African languages, which are Hebrew languages, and as well as the Middle Eastern countries that speak the Semitic language, they understood that the moon is what they would use to give us that new month, or I would use new cycle. That's why in some cultures you hear when they talk about time, I shall meet you next moon, or next new moon, or next full moon. The moon determines when the new month will be, when the days of the month will be, or that may be at the beginning, the middle, and the end. This is the moon. The word month actually derives from moon. In the calendar today, which is Gregorian calendar, derived from Pope Gregory, the Romanic people decided to institute a calendar after Julius Caesar decided to adopt that calendar by following the solar year and other borrowed information from the Babylonians, from the Egyptians, and other cultures. They decided to modify a calendar. And that calendar was used and instituted by the Romans. Before that, they were using the moon to measure times. And they changed that concept to what the Egyptians were doing. And they modified it. Hence, we have the calendar that they use, or we use today. We use it today because of the colonization and the enslavement that they bring forth to the entire world. But in the ancient time, and even the calendar that the Israelites utilized, it was based on the rotation of the sun and moon. And to rightfully put it, the Sabbath day does not start from evening to evening as what they have taught us. Sabbath starts at dawn and ends at dusk. At dawn, the earliest portion of light from the sun when the places are darkness before sunrise. And at dusk, the last portion of light when the places are darkness after sunrise. The evening, the latter part of the day, and the morning, the earlier part of the day, makes up the day. The evening pass, and the morning mark the first day. And then we also see in Exodus 16, verse 21 to 23, on that 7th day at morning is when the Sabbath begin. For Moses did told the Israelites, eat that today. Bake and cook all that you have done on the 6th day, and preserve it until the morning, for on that day is the Sabbath. You shall not find it in the field. Exodus 19, the Creator was appearing before the Israelites on the 3rd day. And the 3rd day at morning, there were thunder and lightnings that appeared, for he was coming to appear before them. And it was in the morning. Matthew 28 verse 1 talks about when Mary Magdalene went to that sepulchre. She and the other Mary, they went when the new day start, at dawn. So at that time the Sabbath already ended, and the new day start at dawn. And when we look at when is the Sabbath, according to the new moon, Numbers 10, verse 10 to 15, show us that we are to blow the trumpets on the new moon, for it is a solemn festival, the beginning of months. Ezekiel 46, verse 1 to 5, show us that every 7th day after new moon is the Sabbath. Every 7th day after new moon is the Sabbath. And the Sabbath is a feast day regulated by the moon. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, 6-7 shows us this. And if we notice, then in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 to 5, indicates to us that the Sabbath is a feast day and it's regulated by the moon.